Welcome back to the Ed Show. Good news today for the third straight month. The economy added more than 200,000 jobs, and Republican leaders immediately found a way to say, that's not good enough. It's bad news. The jobs report released today was better than expected. The economy added 227,000 jobs in the month of February. Unemployment remained at 8.3%, but it didn't go up. Job gains for December and January revised upward, meaning the economy added even more jobs in those 2 months than previously estimated. Job growth over the past 6 months is better than it's been in nearly 6 years. Are you happy about that? You ought to be. But here, of course, is reaction from the RNC. Reince Priebus. Today's jobs report is yet another reminder that far too many Americans are out of work and the situation is clearly not improving. Really? Reince? That's not improvement? How do you define improvement? Jobs up, good. Jobs down, bad. Maybe you're confused. Since your good buddy Scott Walker in Wisconsin hasn't done a great job of creating jobs, of course, there are still too many Americans out of work. No question about that. President Obama says that himself. But the improvement in the economy just cannot be disputed. Today brings, count them, the 24th consecutive month of private sector job growth in this country. Did you get that? Private sector? Job growth would be even better if the Republicans would just step forward and help pass the transportation bill instead of talking about contraception. What do you think? Let's turn to Terry O'Sullivan, General President of the Laborers International Union of North America. Terry, good to have you with us tonight. How ugly is it when Republicans just absolutely block everything when it comes to jobs? How do you feel about it? Where are we right now?
I'll tell you, one, it's great to be with you, Ed. It's absolutely repulsive. I'll tell you what, the numbers that came out, the job numbers today, show the president has this country moving in the right direction and has been since he assumed office. The numbers also tell us that in the construction industry, we lost 14,000 construction workers in February. We have a 17.7 unemployment rate in the construction industry, and we have radical Republicans in Washington, D.C. that are holding up a highway bill, as you said, adding things like contraception and things of that nature that have no bearing and should not even be mentioned in the discussion about passing a comprehensive highway bill.
So, Terry, how many jobs, if we were to pass the highway bill, if the Congress were to do that, how many jobs are we talking about?
Well, in the Senate bill alone, Ed, for every $1 billion in infrastructure spending, it creates 35,000 jobs, and just not construction jobs as well. So if the Senate bill is passed at $109 billion, you're going to see millions upon millions of jobs that are created from that bill.
Now, in the manufacturing sector, it's getting better. 429,000 jobs have been added over the last 2 years. What policies do you see the GOP presidential candidates stepping up with? I mean, when you hear Romney and Santorum and Gingrich out on the stump, are you hearing anything that would encourage you that they're going to have something there for wage earners in this country?
They have no plan for jobs whatsoever. I'm convinced they're anti-job. And this highway bill is an example of that. Let me just give you a few statistics. The average age of a bridge in the United States of America is 45 years old. They were built to last 50 years. 1/3 of the roads in this country are in poor or mediocre condition. And you use those statistics. We have a $2.2 trillion infrastructure problem in this country, and the Republicans are trying to hold up passing a transportation highway bill that will put people back to work again, that will improve the economy, improve our job numbers, and they're playing partisan politics with the public safety of every American that has to travel across a functionally obsolete or structurally deficient bridge every day.
So how do we turn minds on that? We've had a bridge fall down in the middle of the country that killed 13 people. And if you've got bridges that are viewed as unsafe right now and structurally deficient, I know there's a lot of them out there, and the life expectancy, we're coming up on it, What do we do in year 50 or year 51? Do we cross these bridges? I mean, what's it going to take to get Congress's attention on this? How many people have to die on bridges, I guess is what I'm asking.
Well, that's a good question, Ed. There's 3,600 bridges that are now closed. There's 160,000 bridges that are functionally obsolete or structurally deficient as we speak. I might add 6,400 of those in Speaker Boehner's state of Ohio and 4,300 in Mitch McConnell's state of Kentucky. Yeah. We have put together an aggressive multi-ad campaign. We're doing ads. We started doing ads in Ohio and in Kentucky this week. An ad called London Bridges is falling down because America's bridges are going to fall down. We're doing print materials to over 100,000 registered voters in Ohio and Kentucky. And we got to keep the fight up, Ed.
All right. Terry O'Sullivan, thanks for your time tonight. I appreciate it so much, telling the story. And Mr. O'Sullivan is the leader of a union. He represents thousands of middle-class workers across America. Today, Politico and others made accusations about me and my business relationship with them. Coming up, I will set the record straight.